Hi, I'm Adam. I'm the front of house engineer for the Jonas Brothers, but today here in Milan, I'm going to take my front of house engineer hat off and put on my interviewer hat for my friends at DirectOut to talk about how we're using the DirectOut Prodigy on this tour. And with me is Cameron, my system engineer, who's going to take us through what he's doing here. So the first question is, how did you come to use and choose the Prodigy for our tour?
Well, in the past, we were using some other system processors, and we kind of wanted to look for something that gave us the flexibility that we were looking for, that gave us not only a way to future-proof our system and kind of create a way that we could grow with demands from production and through the tour, but something that also gave us the clarity that we were looking for.
Sure, because we had another piece of gear that we thought had colored the sound when we were going through it. And I think one of the things on my mind too is that you and I have a mutual love of just all nerdy technology things, and the fine people at DirectOut are very similar in that way.
Yep.
They like to go on deep dives, and it just kind of fit into the kind of gear we like to use.
And then it kind of opened the door to what can we do? What doors can we unlock with this thing? And what Player has done to allow us to grow with this, and the tools that they've given to us to help us kind of grow with it have been incredible.
I guess it's good to jump into on a basic level, how is our Prodigy set up?
I guess to start with the coming into the Prodigy side of things, our main console, our headlining console, is being driven into the system via MADI, but then he's sending me a couple other lines that are just beneficial for the show. For instance, he's sending me the shout mix with all the talkbacks that I can route to my little speaker in my rack. He's sending me his front of house reference mic that he has attached to his smart rig. He's sending me time code, which I'm sending to lighting. The Prodigy has become my smart interface. I no longer have a separate smart interface. That means that, yes, I can route all of my wireless mics, because we're running quite a few wireless mics for system measurement and tuning, and I can route that to our front of house console, which then means that stuff can be visible on smart next to Adam, our front of house engineer. The other nice thing that, this gives us is, for all these one-offs that we've done, is a lot of times, we'll go into a situation and they won't quite have enough front fill or enough, fills around our thrust and that type of thing. Because I'm sending him, all these feeds back, I can then send a MADI line back to him, and that he can shoot that out the stage rack on stage, so we can put a couple powered boxes.
I know that we have more than one Prodigy on this tour.
Yep.
There's one on each side of the stage.
Yep.
How are those involved in this rig?
So on each side of the stage, we're using DMB amplifiers. So we have AES coming out of Prodigy's stage left, stage right, straight into the amp racks. And then I'm transporting all signal from the front of house Prodigy to those. And then should there be any issues, I also have analog coming from front of house direct to the amps. We've recently started to transition the entire system over to AVB, given that a lot of manufacturers are starting to integrate that inside of their amps. So right now, our primary transport from front of house to the stage is Milan AVB.
I guess you could say we're using Milan in Milan today. And I guess for that, if we went to Ravenna, we might have to add the Ravenna card, but It seems to be pretty easy because we've just thrown stuff in on the fly. The need has come up, we send the request off, and if the card is available, we throw it in and add capability.
Yeah, I mean, the beautiful thing about what GlobCon and what DirectOut has done with kind of their user interface is it is fully customizable. I mean, I am the type of person that I only want to see the things that are relevant to me at any given time. So the nice thing is you can create these floating objects and kind of configure a page in which everything that's relevant to you is right at your fingertips.
Now, I mean, there's also the flexibility that I notice of GlobCon is that over to the side over there, off out of the camera frame, is a laptop also running GlobCon, where you've given me an all page,
yes,
where I can just make a quick EQ change to the whole system, basically modifying what you're looking at the same time.
Yes.
And that's just great that we can both be interacting with the same system at the same time, making changes even to the same EQ. Obviously, I put a filter and you put a filter and we'll both see them. I saw you, of course, used your Stream Deck to change some screens. How is it connected?
Right now I'm sending OSC commands to Prodigy. You can do almost everything via OSC commands, which is fantastic, which is gives me a lot of flexibility in terms of what I can accomplish with our Stream Deck. So I've got 2 knobs for that, our walk-in music and our video. Then I have a couple other buttons for, muting and unmuting our openers console, which is nice that I can do that. And not only does that button mute and unmute the openers console, but it also kind of goes a little bit deeper and switches the time code over so that at no point, as long as the right console is unmuted in Prodigy, the right time code is getting sent to our lighting desk. So I never have to forget or I never have to worry about making sure that I did that. The other nice thing is, doing API stuff and I'm doing OSC, but I'm kind of also integrating some script commands. We have a couple of different playlists. We have our walk-in music and our walk-up song and a variety of different things, our post-show, stuff like that. So I can, when I hit to play that playlist, it'll bring the level to where I want it. It'll give me a slow fade in. It'll make sure it's all unmuted. And it kind of happens all in this seamless thing, which is really great. When I started doing this, I was a bit apprehensive. I wanted very clear definition of like what each thing was doing. And as I got deeper and deeper, and as I used it more and more, I am quickly realizing that, in my opinion, this is feeling like the most reliable piece in the system at the moment. Everything that I tell it to do, it does it exactly how I want it to do it.
So it looks like we're about out of time and they're trying to open doors so we can get this show on the road. Why don't you show us one of those lovely multi-commands you've got on your Stream Deck and get house music going so we can get our night started.
There we go.
The gentle fade in. I love it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.